I'm going to say this again. I wanted to give more details about Sony in general when it comes to the PS4. Now apparently I've been looking around online and there's clearly I don't think there's any way to fix the ongoing errors that I keep getting on the PS4 when I play a game and then it kicks me off the game. So apparently some people try taking their console apart to try and fix the problem. Some people get another PS4 because they can't stand it. Me, I definitely wouldn't get another PS4. I can't, but I can't be asked. Because the problem could occur with the other PS4, you know what I mean? It could happen. So it's a waste, really. So even basically taking a console apart to mess with it to try and get it to fix the issue. Now, I don't think it would fix the issue, mainly because basically, I don't think it's the console itself. I think it's the amount of updates Sony does on the console, which I think might have broke it. So I think basically when they do updates for the PS4 and whatever, I mean it basically clearly also looks like the PS5 is having a similar issue. Apparently, the amount of updates they did do, it broke the PS4 over the years. The more updates it did and they didn't fix those issues, with the games and such, they didn't fix it properly. And the PS4 systems in general are suffering from those updates because they would get a crash. Which is common, and it's not great at all, especially if you get a console right now, a PS4, and you buy it new, and you keep it for a while, and all of a sudden, bang, you've got the same error crash, apparently, which doesn't fix anything. So Sony actually really should fix the system, their Sony system, on the PS4, and that would possibly fix the crashes in the games and whatever, because there's a lot of games that have similar issues, that have basically had issues. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires has had that issue, where I play the game, it crashes, it takes me off. Minecraft has done it. That's done the same thing before. It's took me off the game. Except it didn't really do it as often back then. But right now it's doing it more often with games. Now, Dying Light 2, it did it with that, apparently. It did it very often with that game. Which I got mad about. I started raging about it. I got so mad. Especially when I was in party chat, I sometimes swore because I got mad. One of the things I said, I actually said when I was playing Dying Light 2, I kept saying, for fuck's sake. Yeah, because I kept saying for fuck's sake because I got sick. I got sick of all these errors. It was so annoying. Apparently, Chris and my sister knew how I felt because I was getting all these and whatever. And then I went down to my mom to ask if she gets those errors, and she said no. And I was like, you will eventually. As in, to tell her she will get it eventually because even though she basically most likely would get those errors because it happens with everyone. They get the errors on the PS4, and especially if it gets old, it just especially if you get it new, it wouldn't really matter because you'd still get the issues, the errors. Apparently at this point it's unfixable. Now, when you get the error, you basically check the solutions, and one of them is update the game or update the console, and there's nothing for that apparently. There's absolutely nothing on it. And then basically they would say, okay, if that doesn't work, phone, ask PlayStation. And what do? Nothing. Yeah, you phone them up, you tell them about it, you give out your console details, and they do absolutely nothing. Yeah, nothing. They don't fix it, they don't solve the issue, they don't, because the only information they give you, which is pointless, which solves absolutely nothing, because a lot of people have went through it already. Now, what they tell you is it allows the PS4, meaning that would get rid of all the data whatsoever, and that doesn't really fix the problem. It doesn't. It doesn't fix the PS4 in general. It doesn't do anything. The other thing they basically would say is update the console, which does nothing, apparently, and you'd be like, well, that doesn't work. And then you'd like tell them none of this works, apparently, and then what next does Sony do? They hang up. Yeah, they hang up on you. Yeah, as a joke. Because I've done it once. When there was something going on like with the PS communities, back when they had the communities, and I mentioned about a thing, kicking me out of the community, they hung up on me. Yeah. So it would be the same with the PS for error thing, to do with kicking you out of the game. They would just hang up on you after telling them or whatever, because why? They don't give a shit. Yeah, they don't give a shit about fixing these things. The way I see it at this point, I think the system in general, like whatever version they go with, 4, 5, 6, any of those would break in the end. Now, I definitely think the PS5 probably won't last as long, as its lifespan, apparently. I don't think it'll last long. I think it would break down, and then just because of the updates, and then probably break down even more, due to the amount or whatever, and then the games being unplayable, due to the amount of errors, that could kick you off the game. So the thing that could happen is with every single console Sony releases, it would just every time you start a game, instantly it would just kick you straight back out. I think it'll happen in the end that way. So apparently a lot of fans are pissed. I'm pissed. I'm actually not happy about it either. Apparently I've been a Sony fan since day one. Yeah, day one. Now apparently I basically did, my first console was the PS1, so I've been a fan since back then, and I did play the PS2, 3, 4, I did play the PS Vita, the PSP, I didn't play that, and Sony are just not that great with technology. I mean, Christ, they have to admit it. They're not that great with technology. I would have to hand this to Microsoft, because Microsoft seems to do a better job than Sony does when it comes to the servers, at fixing technology. Like, if your server crashes during a game or whatever, Sony gets it more common than Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't get it as often, according to what my sister has said. She doesn't basically get these crashes, because, Xbox, they have, like, better technology because Microsoft actually is connected to the internet. Well, Sony, on the other hand, is not that experienced with the internet, because all their staff, the ones that deal with technology, now, I could just imagine this. They sit on their ass, right? Sitting on their ass, drinking a cup of coffee or something, and then somebody would basically phone them. So they would basically answer it, apparently, and then they would just hang up. You know what I mean? Assholes. They don't care. They don't want to fix anything. It's kind of like the last update that they did, done nothing. Yeah. The last update was Party Chat, which fixed absolutely nothing. Now, basically, I think, basically them trying to mess with Party, like, I don't know. They basically added a thing with, like, open and closed Party, and no. Yeah, that doesn't fix it, apparently. They didn't focus on the main one that actually needed fixing, which they should have. Now, I definitely think they should have focused on the big things that actually could have been better for people, like fixing the application thing, where you, like, go in a game, it crashes, it takes you off, that sort of bug, and it tells the error, however. Now, apparently I can't remember the error exactly, but I know it's, like, at the end of the number error, it's, like, 878, something like that. It's not physically a good one because, it, gets a lot of fans mad. A lot of fans probably chuck the controller around the room. Now, every time I do get the bloody error, I, stare at the screen, I say, what the fuck, or for fuck's sake, or whatever, and stuff like that, and I moan, because that's me, apparently. I moan, when something doesn't go right. I just get mad. Yeah. Sometimes when I get too many in one day, I quit early, and I rage about it, and just do something else, when I get mad. Sometimes I don't get that many, and it basically does fine, but sometimes I do get a lot, and I give up. Yeah, I basically just give up. Now, it's happened a couple of times during a live stream. I would live stream Dying 2 or whatever, and then it takes me off. It ends the live stream. So then I get lazy to not start, like restart the live stream, because I get sick of doing it, because it's so annoying. And then I actually came up with the idea, and thought, okay, how about I catch Sony in the act? And I did. So I was playing Dying 2 for nearly about 1 hour, and I get the error, which I was hoping for. So then that would prove to Sony that it's their problem, not my problem, not anyone else's problem. So apparently it would be Sony's problem, because that's like evidence, evidence to show that it's their fault. Yeah, their fault, they don't fix it. Jim Ryan needs firing. He doesn't have great staff at all. He always hires the rubbish staff that can't fix shit. Now, Microsoft definitely need to work with Sony, at this point, because, they could have the best of both worlds, if they work together. So definitely, I think, if they don't join together, I basically know Sony would fail. Sony would fail, the consoles would die, the Sony era would die, And I think Microsoft actually probably would prevail, I think, above Sony. So that would mean Nintendo and Microsoft would be rivaling it out while Sony goes bankrupt and whatever because the customers leaving them. Now, I really reckon the customers would leave Sony and go straight for Microsoft because they're Xbox. Because they would have backwards compatibility and such, and they'd be 10 times happier and such. So clearly that's the thing, just, yeah. So apparently if you're thinking about getting a PS4, be warned, it's broken already, apparently, no matter what PS4 you go for, or PS5, it's broken as hell. Even though you might not get the error straight away, you will eventually get the error message eventually that kicks you out of the game. And along with a couple of problems like party chat problems, where it would mute you. Apparently, even like your mic's not working, even though your mic actually is working because you can hear people talking to you. So there's that. There's just a lot of problems with Sony at this point. They don't. It's basically like they just don't fix the network itself. So I'm actually hating Sony more and more. Even though I use an iPhone, I get mad at Sony, for not doing their job right. So I'm hoping that they basically get good engineers, good people that actually can run, maybe some people that work for Microsoft, get them to work for Sony, so that to be able to fix all these server problems and such, and not get problems on the system. You know what I mean? To fix the application error, so then you won't get kicked off the game. At least then fans would be happier because it would be fixed. And they should do that, I think, with a new update, I think. Which I'm hoping, instead of like a useless update where it gives you more stuff, which I reckon again breaks the system. So they need to literally fix it. I'm getting sick. I'm getting mad, angry, and so on. So I really don't think I'd get another console. I can't, because it will just occur again with another console. So I have to deal with this shit probably for a long time. So yeah.